meet for any munaya na South Africa. They feel that now they are not going anywhere. Yeah, obviously they are thinking that South African government is making any plan into protecting them, or that the South African government is not in support of what is happening. Coming with the logic, this broadcast, I will try as much as possible to combine it with English and the Igbo. You know what I go? English for those who cares to listen, then Igbo, where it is necessary, specifically for our brothers. You know what I go? So some of our brothers who are still in South Africa till now, who in their mind think that government of South Africa is not in support of what is happening. In their mind, that South African government will do something in order to protect the foreigners that are in South Africa. Your name is sorry. Your name is sorry. You know, I've made video repeatedly. In those videos, I keep telling our brothers who are in South Africa, leave South Africa now, or you may, let me not be certain because I don't know what is going to happen, but you may end up regretting did you take a decision not to live there. Did you even see what is happening? Did you see what is happening? Yeah? I read in a news where they said that South African government spent over 3 million rands, 30 million rands. That's how much they spend in security that they are dispersing to go and control what is happening. But at the end of the day, what is happening? You find those police officers escorting and guiding those South Africans where they are either going to root people's shop, where they, in fact, of recent, they have resorted to going house to house. They have resorted to going house to house. They are now doing the work of immigration. South African citizens now are now helping immigrations to do their job. Now, the most funny part of this is that those people who are perpetrators of this act, those people who are inciting people to carry out this act, are not even hidden. They are not unknown people. Their faces is all over camera. They all over Facebook. They even carry their cameramen covering them, going around, carrying out these operations. So, if South African government wants to bring an end to this, what are they going to do? They will simply get the leaders, the instigators of this particular xenophobic act. What they need to do is to simply get them arrested. You know, I've said this countless times. The behaviors of those people within the southern region, their behaviors are similar, right? I mean, South Africa, Mozambique, Angola, Zambia, and some other countries who are within the SADC region. Their behaviors are almost the same when it comes to the way they resent foreigners. An average somebody from this SADC region will first of all start imagining, why will you leave your country and come to our country to come and do what? Go back to your country. If you like, create 10 million jobs. If you like, give 10 million South Africans jobs. That's why I laughed at that our brother who was busy explaining to them. Do you know how many South Africans that I have trained here? Do you know how many South Africans that are working here? The saloon behind, I have given it to South Africans to be running. Do you think that in your widest imagination that is exactly what is their problem? Then, in the other hand, I've heard our people also saying that our people are also committing in South Africa when they talk about drugs and all that. I am telling you today that all those things, none of them contributed to exactly what is happening in South Africa today. One, because their government body language. They supported. In fact, they are sponsoring exactly what is happening because their mindset are always the same. Tinubu is a Nigerian. Even if he gets to that position of authority, he is still a Nigerian. If there are threats that we possess as Nigerians, Tinubu will also possess it as a president. Share this video because I want our people, both those who are Igbos and those who are not Igbos, to know this, because that one that was saying, I've created jobs here in South Africa, so if I go, who is going to be taking care of it? Do you think they care? You heard somebody saying they leave their country, they come to our country. I have been working since 2013, I've been since 2012. I don't even have a car, but they just come here. You see them driving cars. These are part of their problem. Number one, they are lazy. Number two, they don't have good how will I call it, financial discipline. They don't have good financial discipline. An average man in this southern region of Africa can work for 30 years, can work for 15 years in a job where they are paying him $5,000. They sack him in the 15th year, he will become broke. After 3 days, they sacked him. Do you know why? Nigeria and some of countries in the East Africa or this seems to be part of the people in Africa here who work and save for the future. An average South African man, and when I mean by South African man, I'm not talking about South Africa as a country. I'm talking about people within this Southern African region. An average, in fact, about 60 to 70 or 80% of them are not working, saving for any future. They are working for consumption purposes. I'm telling you, I've worked with people within those regions, and I know what they do. Before the salary comes, some of them have spent that money completely. They are even owing. So when you pay them, they even service part of the debt they have incurred. Yes, and many of them lives on credit. They survive on credit. So when you pay them salary, they will go and pay those credits. They will have nothing left again. Most of them who are civil servants, who eventually build maybe one house or two houses after they have retired, are people maybe when they pay them their gratuity, he will work for 30 years and retire without saving one kobo from his salary of 30 years. It will now be his gratuity for him to go and build maybe a 2-bedroom flat that he is going to rent to people now. That's why some of them, their livelihood depends on the rent they collect. You know what I'm talking about. In those regions, who are you to owe your landlord for rent? Within some of them, even a day to the expiry of your rent, they have started disturbing as if you have owed them for 5 Hey, Wi-Fi, we fed about oh Wi-Fi. I don't know why I'm sweating like this. So, I hope you heard what I'm saying. So, when you see them saying they are coming here to take our jobs, okay, leave a stocked up shop for him. These are the people that you see, these Rwandese. When you go to South Africa, in fact, when you go to the Southern Africa, you find out that the Rwandese are mostly the people who run grocery shop. As early as 5:30 to 6 a.m. in the morning, they have already opened their shops. But you find a typical South African 9 o'clock, he's still sleeping. 9 o'clock, he's still sleeping. And believe me, if you come to his shop to come and buy something when he's closing, maybe knocking off hour, let me use the language some of them are conversant with. If you come within the knocking off hour to come and buy something, and he has already put a padlock on the key. Even if you want to buy something worth 200,000 or 300,000, they will not open that shop. What they will tell you is, go, well, I'm closing. Just go and come back tomorrow. As if he is the only person who is running that shop there. He will tell you with authority, no, go, I'm knocking off. Can't you see that? But what have you been doing all this while? I'm knocking off. I'm going somewhere. Maybe I'm going to drink. I'm going for club. I'm going for this. I'm going to hang out. I'm going for this or I'm going for that. These are the kind of people you want to be bantering words with. They don't have any reason whatsoever to be sending foreigners away. Apart from the fact that they felt that they want to steal their belongings. And whatever thing they are going to steal, whatever thing that is going to be the product of the routines that will go on in those shops cannot even last them for 1 week, because these people, they can squander. That's why in their meals there is nothing like cook and put it in the fridge. Whatever thing they cook at a time, they must finish it at that time. Ask people who are living within this region. They don't have anything like management culture. A minute. A minute. Okay. So, as I was saying, their management culture is zero. These are the people who just want to live and survive today. They are not planning for tomorrow. That's why when they say, I have been working since 2013, and this one just came the other day. He's already driving a car. That is our culture here. In this side, we don't work. We can even starve ourselves today for the purpose of the luxury we want to enjoy tomorrow. That pattern is not in their dictionary. That's why when we came, we met so many of them who are already working and earning good money. 10 years later, the person is still doing that same job. None of them is even planning to say, it's just of recent. Most of them who are open to new ideas, who come close and in contact with our people, who accepted that these people, they know more than us. These people, we can actually learn more from them. So that's how some of them now started going into business. I am telling you, that's why some of them, those who wants to learn, but just a minimal number of them wants to even go and suffer themselves, cracking on how to order goods, on how to do this. They don't have that time. He just want to work for a month. You pay him that money. He use it. He has programmed himself on how to live within that money, even above that money. Because a lot of them, they have many credits that they are paying. These are the people you want to go and start arguing with and not going. You must go. Their government is indirectly sponsoring this movement. Did you see most of them who now go around houses? And it is not even all about those people who are legally staying in South Africa. They don't care. Yes, they don't care. It's not about those who have a legal documents to stay in South Africa. What they tell you is, I've watched that lady. But you, why can't you go to your country? Go to your country and fix whatever that is happening in your country. Why are you here? That is just the only reason. They don't understand the concept of migration. They don't understand the concept of migration. So whatever thing you think you are telling them, you are on your own. An average South African just believe that the moment you go, you are the person who is blocking us, you are the person who is doing this, thinking that the moment you go, money will fall from the sky. I will advise our people who are in South Africa, leave South Africa now. Even if this thing stop tomorrow, it is still going to come up again. If you are not a victim of this one, how are you sure that people will not hear the next cause with you starting as the main victim? That is it. And what is the essence of living in a country where you cannot relax to plan your life? What is the essence of living in a country where you cannot relax to plan your life? Look at the way I am running my shop in Lagos comfortably with ease. I have never run a business like this. I was in Zambia for how many years? Those are the places where you stay inside your. Anyway, I don't want to say something, man. Come for the sake of women in the neighbor. Yeah? Ebiafia, n'ime office you ka asena na cage. N'ime office na CCTV camera where a business. Which kind of business is that? Shop na go eba, I open it, you do business, you make research, you manya, you stock of manya, no na 1 million, 1.5 million, now stock for whatever thing. In most of these countries, you cannot have a long-term plan because you don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. One government policy, they may just, and they formulate those wicked policies against foreigners. They do it on purpose. These Sadiq countries, they don't need you as a foreigner. They don't need you as and they really travel. How many South Africans have you seen in Nigeria here? How many South Africans have you seen in most of these African countries? If they want to travel, they will go to the country that what is the name of this country that colonized South Africa also? Those countries that they have a good rapport and relationship with. Those are the countries you see them going. How many South Africans have? They are not good in traveling. That's why some of them are even surprised. How can somebody leave their country and go to another country to go and stay? They are still, so they will obviously think that there is a special reason. There is something that has made you leave your country to come to their country. So the concept of migration has not yet, no matter how exposed you think South Africa is. And now let me tell our people. People keep saying, go after MTN, go after this one, go after this one. MTN Nigeria here is more like a franchise by our own Nigerian here. He may work with a few South Africans, but it's more like a franchise. Yes. Is it not Pascal Dozier? Pascal Dozier, Nwafibo. Oko now director of MTN in Nigeria. Oko investment take Pascal Dozier. Kono na say by court. Maybe if you say naturalize all these South African companies that are in Nigeria, fine. But if you say close it down or let us stop patronizing them, the wickedness is against your own brothers. The wickedness is against your Nigerian brothers. That's why in Juwe Gwande Mwado, I na chukonde for and na chu efi. Marukono na 80 to 90% of efi no na Igbo here. It's just that non the Fulani ka ha na chigari efi because umunna ina emeko business efi kanko. Onya kpata na mgbe a na-ade mere sit at home ị nọ na-ejidere efi gbausia iche ekie ifu na efi ha gba ọsọ iwu onye ụmụnya nwe ọgwa ofife ka ọwụ the same thing ka nna agbakọkwa ya ebe a ka ịghọta. Leave South Africa now, leave that country for them. That country is not healthy. These people can be brutal. This is what I know. These people they have not yet trained their life, and you see how coward some of them are. If they see all this white, even a Pakistan, even an Indian, scares the hell out of them. How many times have you ever seen these South Africans beating Lebanese, beating all this Pakistan, beating Indians, beating all this? I'm not even talking about the real whites. How many times have you seen them beating them like a common criminals? You will not see them. But the moment they see their fellow blacks, that's when that foolishness will come into play. That's when that foolishness will come into play. And it is similar. It is common in a lot of all these Sadiq nations. Yes, You will come to an area where it is mostly dominated by Indians. This area is mostly dominated by Lebanese. That's how you see them. But you see our African brothers hiding in between compounds, hiding many places. Not that they cannot afford to live in a comfortable place, but they are doing so that they can hide themselves from all these hungry people around, who they keep looking for every single opportunity to go and loot. You will see somebody who is claiming to be a big guy, dressed with an iPhone, rushing a bus that carries bread to go and steal or loot 2 loaves of bread or 3 loaves of bread. That's how useless they are. These are the people you want to stay and be exchanging words with. You want to tell them the reason why you must remain in their country, as if they don't know. And the government will release a battalion of police officers guarding them and following them to where they commit these nuisance. And Cyril Ramaphosa or what will come to television to come and say South Africans are not xenophobic. They are this one, they are this one. Body language matters. If the government of South Africa had wanted to arrest this situation, they gave a notice. They gave a notice. If the government of South Africa wanted to address this situation, they would have done that before 30th, and not to go and assemble hundreds of thousands of police officers to go into the street and escort them gradually where they are chasing people out of their shop, breaking people's shop, guarding them. You think South Africa is Nigeria here, where police officers will treat you citizens like animals? They don't do that, my friend. They don't do that. Before they even release a 1 life ammunition for a Nigeria, for 1 South Africa, they will rather release it to 10 Nigerians. So you know. That's why you will see a South African police. They will, maybe one of your worker will come and steal from you. Ask our people who are there. One of your worker will come and steal from you. You go and call police. Police will come and arrest the person. The next minute you will see the person laughing at you on the street. That is exactly what is happening. So if you are still in South Africa today, I don't know what you are still doing there. You say you are running a business. One day, that fear will become your greatest reality. One day, they are targeting everybody. And let me tell you something again. Before they even started this, they have already targeted many shops. Those shops, you find them going to direct. Those are the shops that they have targeted. They did not go to those shops by accident. Even those ones they are looting, they did not go there by accident. And you will not see them going into all these major shops in the malls, or because they know that those shops are either owned by Indians, Lebanese, or white. So they target those street shops. They target those shops in the market, open market, where they know that Nigerians, Ghanaians, and some other, especially people from West Africa, Rwandese and all that they go into those areas. They know that it's mostly dominated by people from West Africa, Rwandese and all that. Leave South Africa for now. You will cry. I don't care the business you are running there. Okay, leave South Africa for now. They will invade your house one day in the night. How you invade you one day in the night? It was shocked. And they're already doing that. These people do brutal. Have you ever seen where they, if you don't be this for Sadiq in a team, within I swear within 5 minutes, I send it on you. About the Jew, I don't even know how they do that. I don't know how they do that. Now Zambia when we have a rumor how we can kill up on a one compound close to even car wash and the boutique then. How we rumor no phone n'ime ha bata na shop onye Rwanda ebia goro ife e we meghe fridge ka elesi ife o we fa aka mmadu na ọkpa mmadu. Based on that, nda we be invade shop ndị Rwanda niile. Reason who because na nda wo ha na-ere grocery ha nwa na ebe aka ha yeje zute ma mini meal, zute ma tea, zute ma sugar, zute basic things ha eri munu. Ha we be do invade we shop nda niile, break is we shop nda niile, chọba ha ịnọrọ nso sef akụ ife n'elu egbuo ma mmadụ egbuo gị suo ọkụ. They started doing that. You will think that any arrest or any reasonable arrest will be made. You are lying. Egbuo 20 Nigerians or 100 Nigerians in South Africa today. All the government in South Africa this guy, this Oko, this Anofia, this Mpama, this they would have arrested and jailed him a long time ago. But they will be sponsoring him from the background. That's why they are providing police protection for them. Those police officers you see in the street, it's not even to protect you, a foreigner. It is to protect those South African indigents. Yes, it is to protect those South African indigents. If you like it here, if you like it all here. That is why you will see those areas mostly dominated by whites. They have taken up their defense by their own self. They have provided their own security. You will see them with guns standing, telling them, come. Reason is because they know that the police cannot protect them. They know that those police officers there are after protecting those their citizens. How can a criminal be working in the company of police officers who will be leading them, guarding them from behind? Those people, you know that they are going out, that they are coming out is for destructive purposes. How can a country even allow economic activities going on in their country to be shut down within this? And the government will sit down and be looking at them. Are you even thinking government is allowing these men to do the most of the jobs of cleaning foreigners? Any day they want to stop this, they are going to stop it. But believe you me, they will make sure that at least about 50% of the foreigners staying in their country, they have gone through this process of xenophobia. That's when the government will unleash their real power and stop it temporarily for now. This is not the first time. This is not the second time. This is not the third time. And this will not be the last. If you like it, believe me. If you like not. Are they not there when other countries are busy evacuating their citizens? Why can't they address the nation, address the neighboring countries and say, no, government have things under control? Why are they comfortable allowing people evacuating their citizens when there is no war in South Africa? There is no war in South Africa. Are you getting what I'm saying? So they are intentionally giving time for most of these activities to be carried out. There are people, Zimbabweans are living every minute, every hour, loading buses, living through the borders. Many other neighboring countries like Zambia and those people who live around them are living through the borders. Then people from Ghana, West Africa and others are living through flights almost every day, every 2 weeks, every 1 week. People are stranded at the park. And government is buying time to make sure that all those people leave before they now come and do their duty as the government. If you think the government is on your side, don't even listen to their president when he's talking. I'm telling you, if you see him talking, you will see his body language. He's supporting exactly what they are doing. They don't need you as a foreigner. They don't understand that the world, what we have now is world economy. They don't understand that there is nothing like South African economy. They don't understand that there is nothing like Nigerian economy. And that's why Zimbabwe suffered. Zimbabwe suffered through their nose because they chased foreigners away from Zimbabwe. That attracted many economic sanctions. And Zimbabwe suffered. Till today, they are still suffering from the result of their foolishness. And South Africa is following. They will cry. If it is about crying, they will cry. I don't even know if they are ready with the kind of lazy, how unproductive they are. They are so lazy, they are so unproductive. These are the people that government will usually, most of these people, when they are sick, they go to the hospital free. Majority of them, if not all of them, are going to school free. There is nothing really like basic, most of those basic things apart from feeding. Government still give them food. Yes, government still give them help them in terms of food. Water is almost free Power is almost, in fact, they are only laboring and fighting to survive on their own. Just a little percentage. Government has done majority of the things for them. These are the people we are talking about here. They are going to suffer. South Africa, they will cry. If they let them continue, they will cry. So if you like, tell them the concept of how economy of different countries, how they cannot live in isolation. That's why let them go. Let them go. Government can. One of them was saying government can pay one South African if the person is meant to live 70 years. Government can afford to pay that person 70 million within that 70 years. So we will stay and live like Dubai. If you go to Dubai citizens, they don't work. It is the foreigners who work for them. God. Leave South Africa. Leave South Africa now, or you will regret. They know exactly what they are doing. They know exactly. Anybody that is telling you that they don't know what they are doing, that person is lying to you. These niggas know exactly what they are doing. Leave South Africa now, or you will cry. Leave South Africa now, or you will cry. They know what they are doing, and their government is indirectly supporting them. Remember what I am saying. Their government is indirectly supporting them for reasons so obvious to you. There are hundreds of police officers on the street. How can they fail to contend with those guys? Have you ever even seen the officers trying to maybe fire tear gas, trying to repel them and chase them back? Have you ever seen such effort? No. What the police officers do is you find the only place you will find most of those officers active is within the area where the whites stay. But if it is where their fellow blacks are, you find those officers just guarding them. Their vehicle will be moving, they will be singing, carrying out those xenophobic acts right before them. Some of them now move at night and they carry camera, they video, they go to companies, they go to factories, they go to offices, going there to fish out foreigners, loading them in buses and carrying. Go back to your country. Go and fix whatever thing that is happening in your country. So if you are still a foreigner and you are still in South Africa today, there is nothing even guaranteed, because if you manage to pull through on this one, how long are you going to cope? Yeah? There are many people who became victims of this one. Even if this act ends tomorrow, they have been counted as scores. So even if this one stops today, how are you sure when the next one will start? How are you sure that the next one will not start with you counting as scores? I think the second batch of the Nigerians that they are repatriating back to Nigeria, they have arrived. If they start the third batch, if you don't have money to buy ticket, this is the time for you. Leave South Africa temporarily for now. Go back to South Africa later. If there is need to go back to South Africa, how can you even be comfortable working in a place where there is no security of life and property? I would rather stay in Nigeria here. I know that in Nigeria here, it's not as if you are safe anywhere, but I would rather stay here. I have all the powers I have here. Yes, anybody who is coming after me here is coming as an intruder. It's better somebody come after me, I will know that that person is an intruder, than somebody who comes with the full right and government protection to come after me. Here, obviously, maybe when you see me in the north, not when I am here in the southeast. If you are coming after me here in the southeast, you are obviously an intruder. And if I have my way, I will treat you as one. But going somewhere to do a business where you are going to stay, your life is not secured, your property is not secured. I don't know how people even, what are you saying? Eh? You stock up a shop, either you borrow money or you source your fund from anywhere to stock up a shop, and people will come within a twinkle of an eye and loot the whole shop, and nothing is going to happen. And you are comfortable there doing business. You are comfortable there doing business, even when you don't know what may happen to you the next day. We went to South Africa. It is only Mago and maybe I don't know who else that can be able to make me to set my foot into that country, South Africa. I'm telling you, in Zambia, from Zambia to South Africa by road, it's not even up to 8 hours. I'm telling you, it's not up to 8 hours. But what am I going there to do? It's a question. What am I going there to do? I visited Tanzania, I visited Nairobi, I visited Malawi and other places around there. But what am I going to South Africa to go and do? A country that on a normal, you cannot even be free. Look at even when the time we got there. An average South African, in fact, about 70% of them are criminals. Forget about these things that are telling you, Nigerians are doing drugs, they are doing criminal activity. I'm telling you, 60% to 70% of South African nationals are, they are, how do he, iwepụ anya etisha ahụ iwe ebe ha na-aga adịghị ebetakwa ji obeg ma aka ihe esiga dide anyị jeru n'ime afịa a na-aga adị anyị na-adụkwa very careful ma kwụrụkwụ ihe esidewe phone. These are the people who are accusing other nationalities of criminal activities. Ndị ohi iwepụ anya ozuo ochi igbu mmadụ adọrọ ha ka ife. 70% of them na ọgwụ. So when they begin to talk about Ogun and Dodo, you will think that they are even okay up here. You will think that these are reasonable people talking. Look at them, an average, a responsible man, a healthy man will dress up, put on sneakers, put on a nice iron trousers, put on a shirt and go into the street to go and start constituting nuisance. Looting even the commonest thing, bread. Looting even the commonest thing, bread. As nice as they dress, looting even bread. These are the people you are cohabiting with in a community. You are cohabiting. You are allowing them to live next to your door. Very jealous people. Very jealous people. That's why somebody can be jealous that you are driving a car and he's not driving a car. I'm not going to say more than this. I've said my mind. If you have a brother, you have a relative in South Africa, it's better you tell them to come back home. Let them come back alive. I understand the Naris no because of what the society will think. I understand them, and I may your day to her. But let me even tell you, only in South Africa, when you feel do reasonably, this is even the best time for you to come back. Ịbata egbe ha n'inwe shopping nọ na Joburg na ndị obodo wakporo ha n'ọrụ utu oye even ị na-emezi ka izo n'ụlọ n'ọpụpụ ka ịpụ na-abata ndị a blọk gị iro niile isi ebe a wee gbajewe na repatriation camp n'ebe a ka esi wee bunata ndị mmadụ afụrụzi n'oji onwe ife iji wee bata ifere ya. So this is even the best time for you to come back, and nobody will dare question you about coming back with the SUV, coming back with Rolls Royce, or coming back with anything. This is the best time for you to come back. Take this opportunity. For needed brike, this is Ezugo. Go